let's give this a go. Hey everyone, this is Purple Ninja Link, and welcome to something completely different. So Super Mario 35 is actually a lot of fun. More fun than I expected it to be. So I just figured I'd stream it for a bit, because it is unfortunate that the game will cease to exist at some point, and I want to have at least some record of having played it. So that's this. Let's see, looks like daily challenges, because I have not played this at all today, are clearing 2 courses, beating 200 enemies, and targeting and sending enemies to lowest time 30 times. That's not too difficult to do. Just gotta wait not very long and play the game. So, funny enough, my relationship with the classic Mario games is a very mixed one. I played them quite a bit as a kid. There was an NES at my grandparents' house, and I spent a lot of time playing the first 3 Mario games that were released in North America, at least. Didn't find lost levels until substantially later. But no, I wasn't good at them, because I was a kid. No, I was a kid who only got to play these games maybe once every few months when we went to Grandma's. So, you know. It was what it was. I think that I remember calling, or like asking Grandma to call Mom one afternoon when I finally managed to beat Mario 2 on the NES. And I would actually say that I am substantially better at Mario 2 than any of the other classic Mario games. Because I had Mario 2 on GBA. The Mario Advance series that was basically the Super Mario All-Stars versions of each of the NES Mario games. And also Yoshi's Island. I mean, not the Mario All-Stars version of Yoshi's Island, because that wasn't a thing. But I don't know, I think the only... No, because Mario 1 didn't get an All-Stars release, it got an NES Classics, like, NES emulator wrapped in a Game Boy Advance cartridge release. So I don't actually remember what... Maybe it was Mario World that was the other Super Mario Advance game. Anyway, had Mario 2, played it a lot. This is the point. But to this day, I have never beaten Super Mario Bros. 3. I have watched people play through it. I have shenaniganized with warp whistles to get to the final world, but I have never beaten it myself. because generally speaking, I am not good at the classic Mario games. I have a similar relationship with the classic Sonic games, except for the whole didn't play those growing up. My first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure, and specifically the GameCube version. So, by the time I was a fan of the Sonic series, I was all 3D all the way, and I am very bad at the 2D Sonic games as a result. Well, maybe not as a result, but... at the very least, I am very bad at the 2D Sonic games. Well, that happened. At least I did those things. Way to rub it in, game. Anyway, yeah, the only classic Sonic game that I've actually finished is the first one. And I don't think that I finished either Mario 1 or Sonic 1 until high school. I might have used Warp Zones to beat Mario 1 beforehand. But I've definitely never gotten all the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1. Now, I'm very fond of the classic Mario games. Though, growing up, learning about new and old Mario games kind of at the same time, I also didn't play... Okay, well that was my bad. I didn't get through Mario World until high school either. Mario 1, Sonic 1, and Mario World were all in the case study I was working on during my... well, during the summer leading up to and then through my senior year. The case study, which, looking back on it now, it's funny how little I knew about game design or how to talk about and describe it. I mean, I guess that's what getting a degree in the subject would do. You know, one could hope. Hehe. Fair enough. But the case study kind of fell off during freshman year of college because I planned it poorly and included an entire history lesson's worth of RPGs. So every time I got to an RPG, I just got stuck on it. The one that ended up doing the case study in was Pokemon Blue. Which, humorously, though I have played at least some of... No, I'm not even sure that's true. I'm pretty sure that I have never played Fire Red or Leaf Green at all. I played Blue a lot as a kid. And I have since played some of Let's Go Eevee. But the only Pokemon generation I've never beaten a game from, or the only region that I've never finished a game in is Kanto. I don't know that I ever finished Sapphire, but I finished Alpha Sapphire. And my first Pokemon game was Diamond. Or, I guess the first one that I really owned, because I borrowed Blue from a friend in first grade, and I still have it. Sorry, Jesse. He did eventually say that he didn't want it back. So that has been addressed, but I don't think that I brought it up again until 6th grade. So do with that what you will, I guess. It's always funny watching all the Goombas descending from this little pyramid of blocks. And it's similarly funny to me, thinking about how enemies get stuck in weird places in this, because this was not even close to the intent of the original game's design. Oh, there we go. You know, why on earth would this game have been designed in such a way that it could support all these enemies just dropping in odd places? But it's still enjoyable. I mean, the end game, I think that's the most common criticism I've seen of Mario 35. The end game, well, unless you're an idiot, is really long. And to be absolutely clear with that last comment, I was referring to myself just royally screwing that up. Not trying to make anyone else feel bad at games. I can make myself feel bad at games all I want. But yeah, I've gotten first in a couple of matches in this game. But other than that, you know, I tend to be top 10. Then it's just like 10-15 minutes of praying that everyone else screws up like that. I am curious how or what the structure behind this game is. Because it's very evidently not just a ROM of Super Mario Bros. Enough is different that there's no way that this isn't a remake to some degree. I mean, other people have covered the differences between this game and the original Mario in more detail than I could, but so much has been or so much needed to be added. You know, the coin roulette and the ability to interact with 34 other instances of the game. All of that. So much has been added that would require modifying the game at a basic level that I don't know if it even would have made sense to start with the NES version of the game. Obviously, the level design is the same. The physics are not exactly the same. They're close. But it's especially the jumping off of enemies and aerial control in general is just different in 35 compared to the game on the NES. Darn. Oh well. I'm not sure what just happened there, but I guess it worked out. What I don't know is whether they used the Mario Brothers engine that formed the basis of Mario Maker here. I'm not quite familiar enough with Mario Maker's physics to really know. Okay, well that was just foolish. Oh well. Whatever the case may be, I hope that they changed their tune on just shutting this game down March, because there's a lot of potential here. I mean, clearly, it takes no time at all to find a full match, and obviously there are fewer players than most other Battle Royale style games. But I don't feel like I should have been given either of those things, but I guess it worked out. But yeah, they've got something good here. It'd be a shame if the entire thing was just totally sent to the Shadow Realm in under 6 months. Come on. It's also kind of cool how much knowing or learning the different hidden attributes of levels in the first Mario game can help here. For instance, that 1-up block in 1-1, totally wasn't aware of it until watching a couple of other people play this. I mean, I've looked at maps of 1-1 before, but never quite that closely. But it's so useful in this context. Oops. Should not have survived that. Oh boy. Okay. Here, Koopa. You can go boink. You can come back here right now. You know, I was just thinking, there's a decent chance that this is going to be the death of me. I should use the roulette. And then I didn't use the roulette, and it was in fact the death of me. 15th. Well, that's over 50%. But oh well. Such is the result when I attempt to play a game that's more active and also speak. I don't do either of them well. The number of abandoned trains of thought just in the half hour that I've been going, it's more than usual. Well, that timing could have been significantly worse. Another very notable change from the original game is that picking up a fire flower as Small Mario still gives you a fire flower. Which is very generous. And by very generous, I mostly mean something that most players would expect at this point, but the original game was weird. 2-3. I don't like this level. I mean, I get a star. Fair enough. Have I mentioned I don't like this level? I've been trying to get to a good place where I can bring up the fact that it's quite a shame that the meta for this game is essentially repeat 1-1 and 1-2. Because those are the easy levels. So as much as I try to fill out my unlocked levels queue, I have yet to successfully do so. And fair enough, because honestly, the entire game is ruined as soon as anyone reaches World 4-1. Wow, I didn't even suffer a horrible death for that. Yeah, 4-1 is the first level with Lakitus, and by nature of Lakitus, Lakitus are almost like a virus in this game, in that they create more enemies, and you can send a single enemy to multiple people. For instance, you can see that every time I take out a Goomba, it's going to all three of those highlighted players on the left side. Which means that, essentially, every time I fight a Goomba, it makes 3 more Goombas, which can all be killed by those players, and sent to even more players. So that's part of why there's just this incessant, relentless wave of Goombas everywhere. But Goombas are easy to deal with. Lakitus, on the other hand, not only create Spinies, which are essentially Goombas but no, at least in this game. Oh, that's a shame. But, you know, they fly across the stage at varying heights, but usually difficult to access heights. Really? Okay. 2-4, let's go. It's only Goombas. Yeah, Lakitus fly across the screen, and drop more enemies. But defeating one Lakitu might send that Lakitu to 3 other people. And then if they all defeat that Lakitu, not only are they likely to be defeating Spinies at the same time, which does send those Spinies to other people, but, you know, it's just creating an outbreak of Lakitus that nobody can deal with. Okay, well, have it your way. I'm not in the best place here. I don't have a lot of coins, and that's a little scary. Well, I mean, no amount of coins could keep me from doing that. But yeah, the Lakitus just keep spreading. I've got a screenshot of this game where I died because I ran into one of like 8 Lakitus that were on my screen. It was really funny, but also, what am I supposed to do about that? One of them is difficult enough to deal with. When you have 8, they're just constantly throwing Spinies at you. Well, this is going fantastically. Well. Oh boy. I guess to go back to the case study conversation that I was on earlier, you know, at this point, not only has it been 4 years since I touched that case study, but I've spent almost the entirety of that 4-year span learning a whole lot more about game design, both in observation and application. So, even if I did revisit the idea, I would just want to completely restart it. Because my high school era opinions were bad and largely insufficient at actually describing anything in a game design realm. You know, the idea was in the right place. I don't know if at this point I could do anything with notes that old. Because even the most recent notes that I have from that case study are a year older than the things that I have hidden on my portfolio because they're old. And it's not like I remember the context of most of the things from that case study. Anyway, it's not like I remember the context of most of that stuff. Even if I did just go back over all the notes that I took. I think I finally did stop bringing that notebook with me. I don't think that I packed it when I was moving here. But I think that the concept could make an interesting series for, well, series of blog posts if I had more time to dedicate to it, and if I completely removed RPGs from the picture. Because my first mistake was trying to weight Final Fantasy, Earthbound, and Pokemon Blue on the same level of effort as the first Mario, or the first Zelda, or any of that. Plus, one of the main genres that I picked isn't even technically a genre I enjoy. I mean, only by adding more adjectives does it start to describe a genre I enjoy. But, you know, action and adventure didn't go together for a good while. I mean, I'm sure that I've said it on the channel before, but I'm not big on point-and-click adventure games. Not that I think that they're worthless as games or media or what have you, but I just don't enjoy playing them. I mean, as I discovered when I was doing the case study, Secret of Monkey Island is a pretty hilarious game. But so many of those games, I mean, the hardest part about creating a puzzle is making sure that the logic of it makes sense to the player and not just to you. I had a similar issue when I tried to play Myst for the first time. That was fun. Oops. Yeah, I tried to play Myst for the first time several years ago. To get some ideas for a puzzle game I was working on at the time. Which didn't really end up being terribly applicable or in scope. But I really struggled to enjoy Myst, but that's partially because I walked past the first clue in the game that is supposed to give you context for the rest of it. So it's just little things like that that make me realize that A, puzzles are freaking hard to put together when it comes to like use object X to do Y kind of things. There's no guarantee that the hints you provide or just, oops, the context of the object will read the same way to a player as it does to a designer. Okay, I think... Okay, well, that didn't work out. Oh well. I hope you're enjoying this stream of... Really, it's just a stream of consciousness in every possible way. I'm not even really talking about the game I'm playing, I'm just kind of rambling about whatever comes to mind, but I'm having a good time, so... It works out. This is what happens when I am left to my own devices. I have yet to see World 3-3. Yeah, I don't know if anyone who may or may not be watching has looked into the Bartle test of gaming personality types, but conceptually I've always felt like I leaned towards exploration, but in practice, I definitely I mean, on stream especially, but even off stream when I'm playing games on my own time, I struggle to enjoy exploration where I don't know or don't have some idea of what the payoff will be. I think that's part of why I've struggled so much to complete Breath of the Wild. I enjoy playing the game, but at this point, the things that are left for me to do are side quests that eventually lead to... well, that may or may not eventually lead to shrines. Some of them do, some of them don't. And on one hand, I definitely prefer when I have a purpose to my exploration. But then it becomes really easy to get bogged down in, you know, why am I coming over here? Or, you know, has this all been a waste of my time because I haven't found anything yet? Okay, well, finishing the level the normal way, I guess. Look at that, the rare sight of the end of 1-2. And here we are. Really? That's right. Yeah, I think... not quite on the timing there. I love video games. Yeah, there's a delicate balance with exploration. I really enjoy... or at least I can get into moods where I really enjoy just seeing the things that a game has to offer. But especially... oops. Especially now, there's a consistent drive to accomplish something with my time. Maybe I'm not always accomplishing something, but I always feel like I need to be accomplishing something. And there are definitely games that do not respect the player's time at all. It's a tough balance to strike, but one where I've been having that issue is Moon, which came out on the eShop fairly recently. But it came out on the eShop recently, but it's a first official English release of a cult classic adventure game that was released on the PS1. And I can see it being a beautiful and interesting game. But it doesn't... It doesn't do too much in the way of showing respect for your time and giving much of any direction on how the game should proceed. And from what I've read, there are definitely... I mean, the structure of the game is almost like Minute, in a sense. And Minute is a game I'd like to play a bit more of, but I think I'd just wind up having the same issue. In Moon, you essentially have a set amount of time every day to do anything. And you can increase that a little bit by eating cookies or other food. But the best way to, or the way to have a lasting increase on... Oh no. The way to have a lasting increase on the amount of time that you can spend doing things in a day is really by doing things. If you can successfully help people, then the amount of time that you can stay out without passing out and completely losing all your progress for the day goes up. Cool. Remember that thing I said about the too many Lakitus thing? Yeah. Great. But there's not much in Moon that really there are definitely things in Moon that will start to tell you how you can do things and when you need to attempt them. But beyond the first little bit, it's kind of just open up, ready, go. And it involves a lot of trial and error. Because you're very likely to stumble across stuff that you just can't do yet, and you're not gonna know that you can't do it, or what you would even need to have to be able to do it until later. Which has an appeal. But I also struggle very badly with feeling obligated to complete the games that I play. Now, it just doesn't process with me to play, say, Mario 64 without collecting all 120 stars. In Pokemon, I always feel obligated to complete the Pokédex. However much of the Pokédex I can obtain in that game. Okay, well that's not gonna work. And it's... you know, it's how I have fun with games a lot of the time. But it also takes so much longer to complete a lot of games compared to just beating them. Or finishing them, rather. So, I want to be able to play the game in the way that I'm going to have the most fun. But I also want to enjoy it. And especially when playing an older game, there's so much fear of missing something early on, and then something gets permanently altered, and I cannot complete the game anymore. The very first game that I played for the case study, it was kind of funny. It was King's Quest. Like, the original King's Quest. It took me a minute to recognize what stage this was. Oops. And King's Quest is interesting because it's a graphic adventure game, but a large percentage of the things that you do are still controlled by text. Well, it's a graphic adventure game with a console at the bottom for you to type in commands. Huh, didn't know that was there. But that means that it, you know, generally, if it is recognized by the processor, you can do it. It's not gonna stop you. Up to and including things like cutting a rope that is 100% required not to be cut if you're going to finish the game. I hate these springs. Neat. So you can guess what I did when I was struggling to figure out something to do. And then eventually caved and looked up a guide and found that an hour and a half ago, and this is of a total of about 3 hours of playtime, an hour and a half prior, I had cut the rope that I needed to progress, and thus, subsequently saved over it, and would need to restart the entire game from the beginning, if I was going to actually finish it. So I didn't finish it. You know, and a lot of games, especially more recent ones, are pretty well designed so you can't do things like that. But I just never know. This isn't a good place to be. This is a better place to be. No, not that one. Neat, it worked out in my favor again. Not that I needed the extra time from gathering a second fire flower. Okay. We are top 8 at the moment, which is neat. Again, we could be here for the next half hour, depending on how things go. The fewer people there are, the more the timer starts to speed up. But it still takes it a bit to get there. And I don't think it starts to do that until after you've got less than... Ooh, 4-3. I'll bite. This is a terrible plan. Let's do it. Or 3, except there are piranha plants everywhere. Yes, this seems correct. I may have just played myself. Somehow I didn't. That's a bullet bill. Where did he come from? Can I just... Yeah, okay. They're just... Those are ghost bullet bills. Those aren't normally in this level. Cool, that's another level I've unlocked. Ugh. Okay, now I know that Koopa shells do not take out bullet bills. Really, when I'm not trying to, I can just accidentally jump up on a block? That's cool. Oh, this was a mistake. Okay. There's a star in this block up here. Good enough. Ah, Hammer Brothers. Okay, this is bad. This is slightly less bad. Okay, now we're in a better spot. And now it's 1-1 again. You just never know. Ah, that That's a lot of bullets. I will do my best. Nice. Mario 35 is my favorite cover shooter. Well, that was mean-spirited. Why did I win that exchange? I do not feel like I earned that. Wow. This game does get sillier and sillier as there are fewer people playing it, and I only realize now that I'm being targeted by both of the other players. Come on. Nice. Okay, now it's just the two of us. And that person's on 4-3. I just really hope that they screw up. Something tells me they're not going to, but I really hope they do. Oh, that's a Buzzy Beetle. Where do you come from? Where the heck can you even fight Buzzy Beetles in this game? I mean, I know they exist. Oh, they get back up. Wait, that's illegal. I was totally recklessly rushing ahead because I thought I still had a star for some reason. So I'm glad that I didn't just totally wipe out against that hero. Well, that was a way to go. I'm going to run to the restroom quick, and then I will answer the question of roughly how this game works from my understanding of it. So give me just a minute and I'll be back to do that. Yes, the game is on Switch. I'm back now, by the way. The best thing that I could equate this to is... well, at least I lost to Gun Waluigi. I can't even be mad about that. The best thing I can equate this to is like Tetris 99, where it's a battle royale, but everyone's kind of indirectly competing by playing their own instance of the game. Any enemies that you defeat in your instance of the game go to other players' games. So for instance, I've been setting it to go to attackers, so anyone who's targeting me will then get targeted by the enemies that I defeat. So that's what the little ghost-looking Goombas and such are for. From what I understand, the game creates a level queue from... No. Okay. The game creates a level queue from the courses that all the players choose there at the beginning. So, every time that I've chosen 3-3, for instance, it's been somewhere in the queue. I've just not seen it today. Which is probably okay, because 3-3 is a tough level anyway. But... yeah, just like in the original game, we've got a timer going, but the timer stays constant between levels, and defeating enemies gives you more time. You also get more time if you pick up a fire flower or get a mushroom from the coin roulette if you already have that ability. I think, in general, different enemies do give different amounts of time, though that might not apply to much outside of Bowser. I haven't really paid close enough attention to know for sure. Oops. But yeah, the levels do not go in order based on the original game. They just kind of happen. I don't think it's even possible to get any levels past World 4 yet. I think the furthest that I've seen is 4-4. And by I've seen, I mean I've seen someone else play, because I haven't played that level yet. Okay, this isn't going well. That was not what I was going for? Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's really interesting. The trouble is that because it's not that difficult to rack up more time, it takes 20 coins to spin the roulette, and that roulette can give you a mushroom, a flower, a star, or a POW block. I think those are the only options. POW block is a screen wipe, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You can target specific people too, but I tend to prefer just attacking whoever is attacking me, as a general rule. I do not incite violence, I simply respond. But yeah, since you don't have lives and you don't have points, stomping consecutively on enemies gives you more and more time the more enemies you stomp on. Points go up similarly, or time goes up similarly for the star, but it goes up a lot slower, because otherwise it would be bonkers every time you got a star, and you can just get a star wherever you want in the roulette. I also feel like the vast majority of people who play this game know about a lot of the secrets. Because I think the majority of levels have some hidden star somewhere. It looks like nobody's targeting me at the moment. Never mind. I was about to say, so there's nobody sending ghost enemies my way, but then someone decided they would. I will take 1-4 over 1-3. Funny enough, there are fewer ways to just fall to my death in 1-4. I've just gotten past them. Also, this hallway is great if a Koopa happens to show up at the beginning, because the fire bars start off in such a way that if you just run for it as soon as you enter the hallway, you won't get hit. Of course, it doesn't help if you just land on a fireball. But, you know, video games. Oh yeah, clearing a level adds it to the list of courses that you can select. The other way that you can add courses is if you've finished every course leading up to one. So I've finished every level in the first 2 worlds, and I've finished worlds 3-1 and 3-2. So I have 3-3 even though I haven't finished it yet, and that's why I keep picking 3-3, because I'd like to finish it. But everyone just picks 1-1 and 1-2, because it's easy to get through there and rack up a lot of time and coins, and those are really the biggest things you need for longevity in this game. It is always a little bit entertaining, because you can see at least a little bit of the other players' screens off to the sides there. And it's always just a little bit entertaining to see who runs into the first Goomba. You know, point and laugh about it all you want, but everyone makes that mistake sometimes. And I don't think that I have played or seen a single game of Mario 35 where at least one person didn't run into the first Goomba. The game does have the decency not to drop new enemies on screen. It'll always... The way that, I can't believe that worked. I thought I was just going to die. But the way that little progress bar on the bottom works, the yellow portion is what's on screen, which never really shows any enemies because presumably you can see them. The orange portion shows, or the lighter orange portion shows the enemies that are coming up. Ooh, 3-2. And the more red-orange portion shows enemies that are a little bit further out. My gambit failed spectacularly. Yeah, the safe strategy is definitely just repeating the first couple of levels ad nauseum. Also, you definitely cannot do the infinite lives trick in 3-1. Oops. To get infinite time. Because you only get time the first time you bounce on a Koopa. You don't get points when you kick the shell. As far as I can tell, the only things that levels actually matter for are unlocking icons. And it's not even set. It just, like, certain levels you unlock a random icon, from what I can tell. Beyond that, it's pretty much just a measure of how much have you played the game, and relatively speaking, how good are you at it. Because you do go up more levels if you know, win. Looks like the Goomba claimed 3 this time. Why are so many people going after me so early? That's a little bit funny, honestly. Oops. I gotta say, I can't fault them if it works. In case it's not obvious, I don't tend to play this very aggressively. Because you definitely can play aggressively. Nice, I still got the star. Especially... I mean, you can target... Even with just the auto-targeting options, you can pick... I'm caught in my throat. Even with just the auto-targeting options, you can pick lowest time or most coins. And those definitely tend to pick people on opposite ends of the doing pretty well scale. But no bother. 1-ups are nice because they're a guaranteed use of the item roulette. Oh, hi, Cheep Cheep. I don't want to go to 2-2. 2-2 is the water level. But yeah, you can... It also highlights in red. Wow, just the very corner of that. Wow, I guess I should use an item, huh? There we go. Oops. It highlights in red the... There wasn't any escape. Words, what are they? The viewpoints of players who are low on time get highlighted in red, so you can just choose to target them, if that's how you want to play the game. Generally speaking, I don't care enough. Sometimes late game I will specifically target someone who's struggling, but beyond that, I just keep it on attackers. And now... Okay, I was gonna say, now I get 1-1 without anyone attacking me. But no, I don't. Oh well. It's good to see 1-1 because I need more coins. I've got a fair bit of time. The maximum time you can have at once is 400. I really thought I was going to land on that Goomba. Oh well. Darn it. Really? Neat. I can get this mushroom without being afraid. Okay, 1-1 again. There are more Goombas this time. I didn't need to do that. I did need that, though. Oh, bother. Okay, in the interests of not dying... At least I broke even there, relatively speaking. Gosh darn it. There's definitely enough going on that it is super easy to just mess up. Oh hey, someone that or something that I sent took someone out. And suddenly I have way more coins. It does give you... It gives you coins when you take out another player. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I am afraid of that. Okay. Thank goodness, okay. I have health insurance and it's shaped like fire. Oh, that's a hammer, brother. Oh, gracious sakes. Well, at least I'm not in any danger for the last screen of this level. Stars unfortunately do go away whenever you transition. Oh, this is 3-1. 3-1 is the first level where Hammer Brothers naturally occur. It is not a level where bloopers natural. Deep shot. Yes, that was an intentional pun. Yeah, I was gonna say, I did not play that well. No, that was weird. Looks like my internet got spooked for a moment. Oh well. I think it's back now. Hammer Bros in this game are particularly scary because on the off chance that you do run past without killing them, they chase you down. It is a terrifying experience. Also, in case anyone was wondering about just building up a decent stockpile of time and coins and standing in one place, that's not a terrible momentary strategy, but standing still for too long causes the timer to start moving faster, so it will eventually get you killed. Okay. Here we go. Let's get some more time. We have much more time. With only a couple of exceptions, and by a couple I mean really just the one-up that I can think of. Any instance where you could get points in the original game, you can get coins in 35. Which is cool. You know, rebalancing a game's economy to work completely differently. I feel like this game is probably as close as we're ever gonna get to a Mario Warriors game. Never slow down enough there. Oh. I mean, I could be wrong. I certainly didn't expect Hyrule Warriors when it came out. Fire Emblem Warriors made a lot of sense, but did not expect Hyrule Warriors. And I suppose Fire Emblem Warriors made a lot of sense after Hyrule Warriors already existed. No, that was 2 Koopas. I really hate it when that happens. I don't think that they ever spawn enemies in exactly the same place. But it's pretty easy for them to end up just completely synced if they spawn in the same horizontal position but on different vertical levels. Also, we're just gonna ignore that Bowser, because my star ran out right before I reached him. Alright. Koopa Shell's fun here, because you can kick the Koopa Shell, and then it'll take out any enemies that would have gotten in the way of just running through that hallway. Yeah, I'm not at a place where I really need time. You do get substantially fewer substantially fewer seconds added to the clock if you take out Bowser with fireballs or a star, compared to just getting the axe at the end of the level. Phew. Huh, I didn't think that I could take out the Goombas falling from that. There? Yeah. Okay. One fewer Bowser in my way, but they might just add another Bowser before I keep moving. Yep, here he comes. There he goes. Ooh, 2-1. As much as I recognize that it's not a winning strategy, I do like to see levels that are later in the game than World 1. Because I feel like, especially World 1-1, but even 1-2, has gotten a lot of love and appreciation over the years. I mean, even just the Mushroomy Kingdom stage in Smash. Is, for one thing, when it was introduced in Brawl, it was a remake of both 1-1 and 1-2. But I was intimidated by the Springboard Koopa. But since Brawl, that stage has never come back with the 1-2 variant. Oh, here he is. Well, that could have gone substantially worse. I can admit that conceptually, 1-1 is a substantially more interesting Smash Brothers stage than 1-2, just by nature of not being underground. But it's a little bit of a shame, because one 2 doesn't get as much love as 1-1. I mean, granted, I'm not sure that any level in any video game has gotten quite as much love as the first level of Super Mario Bros., with the possible exception of Green Hill Zone. Also, I totally forgot this was here. Hopefully I'll remember it in the future. Wow, I had the audacity to think this is going pretty well. The sheer audacity. Far be it from me to be confident in the way that a game is going. Oh, hi there. Choo-choo. I was gonna say, that's very few enemies coming at me for this being this late in the game. Okay, fine. That's not really what I wanted to see. But I don't really want to use another roulette right now. To add to the things that make this stage a difficult one, there aren't a lot of cool things. Oh well. 6 isn't bad. I'm gonna go for one more match, assuming I don't get 1-1 Goomba'd. Time passes pretty quick this game. I mean, the game itself definitely starts to drag when you're under about 6 or 7 people, but okay. Usual effort at getting more time. That could have been better. You get a substantial time bonus depending on how high you land on the flagpole. again, in pretty much every case, if you can rack up your score by doing something in the original game, you can rack up your time by doing the same thing here. I feel like how good this star is really depends on how many enemies get shoved into that hallway. Because, like, it can be really good, but usually it's a better use of the time to try to grab the fire flower. Because if I didn't have a fire flower, then I have a fire flower. And if I did, I have 15 more seconds. 2-3's the bridge level, isn't it? May as well get it over with. If the one YouTube comment that I have read about the warp zones is correct, then the warp zones nice. The warp zones give you the next 3 levels that are in the queue. Ow. It does not, however, advance you through the queue. It just replaces whatever the next level would have been with the level that you pick. So I think, for instance, I think that if you pick the middle one, which is the level after next in the list, wow, someone took out a photo. I guess a lava bubble, because this one doesn't have ice. But if you pick the second pipe, then you should do the level 2 times in a row. No, this just proved me wrong. Okay. Does it swap them? Was the first pipe... Well, okay. If it's 1-1, it's really hard to determine, because 1-1 just shows up a lot. Since I'm not being targeted, the star's really not going to be that helpful for getting me more time. Also, I can't believe I'm top 6 and not being targeted. There we go. I do not enjoy this level. I don't enjoy this one either. Please give me a fire flower. That's not a fire flower. There we go. At least like this I can ruin some people's days by throwing fish at them. If I could aim. And 1-1 again. 1-1, but nobody's attacking me. Because those two are just fighting each other. Wow. I don't know that I've ever gotten 15 there. Have I mentioned that I'm surprised I'm not being targeted? Because... oh boy, 3-1. Honestly, if I can keep my wits about me, this shouldn't be that bad of a level. Again, assuming that I don't start getting targeted in the middle of it. Not a star, is it? No. Okay. There we go. Have some underwater hammer brothers. Seriously, why is nobody trying to kill me? It's too quiet. I'm just playing Mario. And we're back to 1. Everyone, and I mean everyone's favorite level. I really should have taken out those Goombas. And part of the trouble with not being attacked is that I don't have enemies to fight and gain more time from. I mean, on the other hand, I can get through levels a lot faster. Oh, finally, I'm being... never mind. Just, like, tossed a couple of Goombas my way and then decided that was enough. Yes, good. Feed me enemies. Seriously, feed me enemies. I need more time. Pretty good on coins at this point. I just need time. Ooh, 3-3. Now they're both going after me because I'm in 3-3. But if I can successfully complete the level, then I'll unlock 3-4. At last. Yes! Finally. My one goal has been achieved. And it wasn't winning, it was unlocking 3-4. But you know what, at least I won as well. Good timing to end it on, and that game only took 11 minutes. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I don't know if I'm gonna stream this again at any point. We'll see. If at any point before March I decide I want to stream more Mario 35. But yeah, so we will be picking up Earthbound again on Saturday. And till then, I would like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I did. And I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Good night, everybody.